Yo, what's going on, kings and queens? It's your boy Chaz Jackson coming back to you once again, representing GNG Gifting and Gift. Hey, just want to take the time to tell you thank you for giving me your eyes and your ears once again as we get ready to dive deep into some inspiration that I pray will plant like a seed in your mind and assist you in becoming a greater version of yourselves. So if you've been tuning into this live stream, you know that our motto is we are all gifted differently to make a difference. And we got a powerhouse difference maker that's going to come over here and share some value, some wisdom, some golden nuggets to each and every one of you. And if you're a difference maker that's listening or tuning into this live stream right now, I want you to drop your comments, share this bad boy out to any young adult, teacher, coach, wherever the case may be that you feel that can resonate with this talk. Share it out. Let them know that we're on here tonight. It's going to be an awesome talk. And before I do the short bio on this amazing lady, I want to go ahead and continue to share our mission on this platform. And our mission is to provide tips and techniques to young adults as they continue to strive towards their personal growth. And I challenge young adults as well as myself and each and every one of you that's listening to this to become a passionate visionary who is determined to leave a legacy for themselves by adopting unwavering life values and serving others in the area of gifting led by God. And we're going to dive deep into this sixth episode of the Summer Soldier series as we're going through the notion with the theme of equipping young black males as they continue their journey through the battlefield of injustice. And like I said, grab your pen and paper. This young lady, she's going to really bring a lot of value to you. My lady, Rebecca Crown ReRe Alston, is a podcaster and creative enthusiast. And Crown ReRe defines the crowns as friends and family and notable personalities that have royal stories to share. Each of our crowns share their gems through the narrative of their journey. They are aware of their worth. They are aware of their value. And with that, they are crowned by ReRe. I'm telling you, she's about to bring the heat. Crown ReRe, you ready to bring this, sweetie? You ready to bring this? You are live on Facebook
Yeah.
live stream. I know I was short with that. Is there anything else you
Hi.
want to add to that intro?
No, you did that very well. Thank you.
Yeah. We're so excited to kind of have you on the show with us. And as far as this whole theme, equipping young black males on their journey through the battlefield of injustice, how do you feel about what's going on in our country right now?
Right now, I feel like we are finally being heard as far as Black people all together and also young Black males. I think this is the perfect time for us to have narrative and it to actually be heard and respect as well.
I love that. I love that. And I know we kind of been talking about the theme of the joy of being black. I love that. That's powerful. What are your
Yes,
thoughts? How are you
thank you.
resonating and striving to be in the zone or the space of enjoying being black in this country? What does that mean to you?
Right now, I think right now the narrative is that what we're showing is that it's painful being Black, which is a narrative, but also that we ourselves have to remind ourselves that we are Black. There's a joy into that. There's a joy that, we have our hair or we have our music or we have our soul food and we have our culture. And I believe that we should continue to find joy in those things. Also, we are narrating or letting people know that, hey, there is discrimination, there is racism, but there is a balance to all that.
I love
So
that.
yeah.
And like what you said, there is a balance in that. And we have to continue to enjoy our space. Scripture gives us the whole notion of what the fruit of the Spirit is. And the fruit of the Spirit is love and joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control,
Right.
and others. So allowing ourselves, even during all of this external, trials and tribulations is trying to keep us in the space of fear, guilt, and shame, frustration, sadness, anger, in which all that stuff is realistic. Those emotions are realistic, but continuing to find ways to be grounded and continue to grow in what's natural to us and what we're passionate about, even during these times. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, I would. Like you were saying, you have to create your safe space, and you have to wake up and just be like, I know who I am. I say that we are all crowned because we are valuable people. We have always been valuable. Um, we are valued. So with that said, just a reminder of that and just finding joy in being in the skin that we are in. I think that's very important.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And could you talk about a little bit about what if you're not in that space, or what if you're not experiencing joy right now? Could you give the audience some tips and techniques
Mm-hmm.
on what you use to kind of get yourself back on track to being in that joyous state of being creative and going after your goals and dreams?
Yeah, me personally, I think I wrote on my website how I just woke up one morning and I was like, I just don't feel like doing anything, and that was a very uncomfortable feeling for me being a creative. So I looked up, things as far as like what can I tell myself in the morning when I wake up, just a reminder of who I am and what I'm doing. One of the things that I put on my website was just about having my first conversation should be with myself, and it should be saying, good morning, ReRe, what are we doing today? Don't forget that it's okay if you don't know everything. It's okay if you're upset about something, but just, don't carry it until the next night. I think even right now with social media and also the news and everything, it does make you angry, but you just have to remind yourself and remember who you are and say, okay, this is my emotion for right now. Write it out, sing it out, do what you have to do. But after that, just remind yourself, okay, I am one person and this is what I can do and this is what my talent is. So yeah.
That's powerful what you just said, and really taking note, and what really stuck. A lot of things that you said stuck with me, but the main thing is you took control of your start of your day. Like you took time and said, "What's going on, Riri? What are we going to do to better ourselves?" And I swear, one of the things that I'm trying to get better at is first instance that I wake up in the morning, my first instinct is to grab my cell phone and check voicemails or check emails, get on
Yeah.
social media. So something I've been growing in, and it's a journey. It's a journey growing in, is really not going after my phone at the beginning. To be honest, my first
Right.
thoughts when I wake up, I say, "Good morning, God," and then I sit there and I have my affirmations that I say. But spending that first 5 to 15 minutes really getting grounded and really, giving myself that time. Minus, sometimes my girls, they'll wake me up, and then I have to kind
Yeah.
of come out of that space. Life happens, things happen, but I really resonate with that, kind of conquering your day and really taking control and just being with yourself, because that's truly, truly
Yeah.
important. And
Yeah, like I said, it may only take 2 to 3 minutes, and just saying, I am the best me I can be today. I don't know everything today. That's okay. It's just whatever resonates with you to make you say it throughout the day of, I woke up today and this is what I'm doing today and this is how I feel, and that's okay. But just don't carry it to the next day. Yeah.
yeah, most definitely, that's powerful. So, like, as far as some of the work that you've done with your podcast, and I know you've been around a lot of people and met a lot of different personalities. Can you share some tips and techniques on how
Yeah.
to create good conversations about, encouraging other people to keep their crown on, and being able to inspire and create good conversations during, these trials?
Yes, I did it a lot on my podcast with my guests. I call them crown conversations or crown moments. And that's honestly just listening to people and not having a judgment, but looking for that conversation to be had. I think sometimes we try to force people to see our opinion, or we force people to try to see things one way, but conversation is really the key to understanding, okay, why do you feel that? Why is this going on? And then taking it and making it not a positive situation, we're just saying, okay, I understand that, you're upset or angry about this, but with everything that's going on, you're going to find your crown moment. That's what I call situations like crown moments. When you sit there and think like, I went through this and I'm okay. I'm on the other side. That's a crown moment because that's like a jewel in your crown. So yeah, I love having conversations with people. Like I said, conversation is the key. It's not an argument or, like I said, trying to see somebody else's opinion. It's just listening and talking and saying, hey, I hear what you're saying. I understand. This is why, you may feel this way. This is your crown moment. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's gold right there. Crown moments. And I like what you
Mm-hmm.
said is like you're taking your experiences and you're helping someone else overcome whatever trial, tribulation, whatever heartache or that anger, frustration. You finding tips and techniques to kind of ground yourself and just being able to reach back. Uh, One of my guests
Yeah.
shared the analogy of going downstream. Let's say like if you're going downstream and you're on the verge of drowning, but you found a branch that you hold on to kind of pull yourself up. That's kind of how life is. Sometimes we're going through life and
Yeah.
nobody can get out of that situation, but you find that branch of life. And when you hold on, there might be someone else coming down that same stream, right? And then you'll be able to reach out and help them and reach
Right.
back because you found a way to overcome, whatever the case may be. And in this case, police brutality, to be
Yes.
honest with you, right? Encouraging and
Right.
seeking ways, just speaking from the Black perspective, and that's kind of one of the more recent things and kind of inspired me to even do this
Yeah.
series is, figuring out ways to overcome that and create solutions during this problem.
Mhm.
And one of my guys in episode 2, Mr. Me Too, man, he gave his top 10, you know, outcomes or ways that you can kind of protect yourself during those situations. So that's kind of that whole analogy of, figuring out that branch, holding on to that branch, going down that stream and being able to share and give back to anyone else that's in it, either your family or friends or anyone else that could potentially be in that situation. So um,
Right. And those are also considered like a crown moment because, like you said, what we're going through with police brutality, someone was able to come on your show and give like 10 things of how to keep yourself protected. So yeah, that would be considered like a crown moment.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And I love I researched some of your stuff on Instagram and phenomenal stuff. I just want to applaud you and thank you so much. I love your Dear
Oh,
Kings moments. I love those.
thank
Like that's
you.
so powerful. Look this lady up, males. Whoever looking at this, I know you're looking. She has on Instagram. What she does is she have little sticky notes, or sometimes she use some other avenues, but she writes a letter to kings because we're all kings, and encouraging us to keep
Yeah,
pushing forward. So I really like that. And one of your quotes
thank you.
that you've kind of put on there that you said it's okay to grow in the dark rather than light or darkness. Your crown is still present. So talk a little bit more about that. Like
Mhm.
what was in your thoughts whenever you posted that one? Because I felt like that was really gold right there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think right now, sometimes we think when we're not showing that we're growing to other people that it doesn't feel like growth. And that's not the case. Sometimes growing is when you're by yourself and when you're not putting it on social media and when you're not, having to tell people what you're doing, what you're showing them. I think that's very important, especially like right now, because there's a balance of being on social media and also trying to, put yourself out there and then also everything that's going on. And it's like sometimes you get discouraged if someone doesn't like one of your pictures or if somebody doesn't like share your posts or whatever. But it's like, regardless of that, as a person, you're still growing, you're still putting yourself out there, you're still doing the work, and your crown is still there, regardless if people see it or not. It's still a growth for you and it's still a moment for you to have your crown.
I love that. And what I really
Thank
discovered, because I
you.
know early in my journey of, growing as a speaker, putting inspiring information on my page, and I didn't, didn't get likes, and it used to discourage me at first.
Mhm.
But then what I discovered along my journey is a lot of things. Whenever you're pushing out growth or anything inspirational or uplifting genre, a lot of people are not
Yeah.
focused on that stuff. So a lot of people's mind are
Right.
programmed for negative stuff. Everybody want to stop
Yeah.
feed on the negativity. So, you know,
Hmm.
the stuff that your people are resonating with your information, they have to be focused on it because what you focus on grows. And I don't know, that really helped
Right.
me whenever I really discovered that, really embodied that, knowing that the people, that is liking my stuff or sharing my stuff, they're on that same
Yeah.
mindset that I'm on, and everybody's not there yet, but they're coming, and, on God's
Right.
time, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I really like what you shared
Yeah.
there.
Thank you. Yeah, that's when I started Dare Kings, it was kind of like that, and I started that because I think I saw like a post and it was just saying how when the black man wakes up, he's like a target for like anything as far as like discrimination, racism, police brutality, hate from women. And I was just like, well, let's change the narrative of that. And how about I just recognize kings, like once a week and just a message of positivity. Because, like I was telling you before, I believe that in order for our environment to change, we have to plant new seeds. And to
Mhm.
me, seeds are words of positivity, just seeds. So that's what Dear Kings is. It's just a positive seed to grow, to change the environment. I don't have sons, but I have a dad, I have an uncle, I have a nephew, and, they're black men, and I would give nothing but positivity to them. So it's like, why not share that?
Exactly, exactly. And again, I truly appreciate what you're doing. I know you're changing a lot of men's
Thank you.
lives as they continue to dive onto that information. So
Thank
that's
you.
really good stuff. That's really good stuff. But
Appreciate
as
it.
far as so you're in Florida, right? How is Florida down there
Yeah.
right now? Yeah.
I think we're like the highest in the COVID. We're
Yeah.
constantly on CNN for that. But yes, I'm in Jacksonville and I've been quarantining myself, wearing my mask, and yeah, we were trying to stay safe.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And
Yeah.
even thinking about where you are, I know you mentioned your dad, your uncle, and your nephews. Like,
Hmm.
so anything else come to mind as far as thinking about moving forward courageously in the midst of uncertainty? Like, obviously, when I mean uncertainty is like we're working on creating solutions, but a lot of racism, a lot of the
Hmm.
police brutality, some of these things are being worked out, but there's a lot of uncertainty there, right? On exactly how
Yeah.
that's truly going to be transformational. So does any thoughts come to mind on any tips or techniques that you would say to the young man that's looking at this right now when he's like, man, why should I continue to go forward in life when there's so much uncertainty about my future
Right.
and
Yeah,
what
I would say definitely just be aware of yourself and of your surroundings. Like I said before, it's just very important to just find your joy in what you do and what you love to do. I was reading that being black and joyful is a sign of resistance. And it's just saying that I am here and I'm crowned, of course, but I am here and I am black and this is who I am. I mean, we can't change who we are. We can just only enjoy it. I'll say that. But yeah, I would definitely say like be aware of everything that's going on. I feel like, and even me myself, I'm looking up more laws because I think um, sometimes like we don't know like the background of how things are, and so that's a disadvantage to us at times. So yeah, I would say definitely like learn as much as you can. And again, just don't forget that there's joy in who you are.
you really touched on something there, educating yourself. That is
Hmm.
so powerful and really a misconception even in our black culture is really educating ourselves on our history in this country and before this
Yeah.
country, even 400 years ago. And I'm kind of on that journey of learning more and more about how us as Africans, before we got here, you know, in the slavery times,
Yes.
even dating back to like the 1492, what happened then, what happened before the 1600s
Yeah.
when slavery hit. So, and it's opened up a whole bunch of doors
Right.
of information that is mind blowing. But like you said, education is key, educating yourself and being self-aware. That is so
Yeah.
huge, being self-aware and understanding who you are and where you're going. Because I truly believe in my book, Live, Learn,
Yeah.
Live Powerfully, I talk about, creating good values in your life. Because, and a value for me is a
Yeah.
standard or belief that you choose to filter your life decisions through. So I encourage the young men that I work with
Yeah.
to establish good, sound, unwavering values. That's the mission of this show is creating unwavering
Yeah.
values and really holding firm to those, building those deep roots that, like you said, creates the joy of being black and
Hmm.
understanding what's going on around you, being self-aware of that, but figuring out ways to push past that because things might not be fair, but it's fair enough if we can align our minds towards going after
Right.
our greatest version of ourselves. Because I shared in my last episode that, you know, we are a reflection of the story that we tell ourselves,
Hmm.
and us as black people, we have to take our story back, if that makes sense. Take our
Yes.
story back and recreate our story because how I end my show is to keep those crowns on your hearts. And that's part of our stolen
Yes.
story is that crown on our
Yeah.
hearts. And that's what resonated me with you, man, because that crown, I truly believe, we're all kings and queens and we all here that's gifted
Yes.
differently to make a difference. So
I
yeah,
love
that's
it.
good stuff that you shared.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, like you said, you inspire me. But yes, I believe before we were brought here as slaves, our ancestors, we were very valuable, well established people. And I think, like you said, sometimes we have to not forget that, just add on to that narrative of what we were before we got here to realize that. And that's how I know for sure that we were crowned and kings and queens because we had everything going for ourselves. And for them to take that away and then bring us here is just like, we had everything, I'm sure. Everything established.
Yeah, most definitely. Only the best of the
Yeah,
best could survive all of that turmoil of what they went through. The best of the
exactly.
best, and
Yeah,
we are a creation of the best of the best. And those are our ancestors. But so we're here to awaken people and continue to strive and learn more, educate ourselves, and continue to create
hmm,
solutions for this problem that's being dealt with. But
right.
from a female perspective, how has all of
Hmm,
this kind of affected you? I know we've been talking about men, but from a woman's perspective, like,
hmm.
is there anything that kind of just stands out that you would like to share, as far as everything that's kind of going on?
Yeah, when I see kings and queens just being, like you said, police brutality or being shot by the police or by people, it hurts. It really does. And it's sad because it is us just living our lives and just doing what we do on a normal basis. And then not making it home. So yeah, there was a part of me that during, George Floyd and the whole situation, everything I was seeing in the protest, it was like a sadness because it's just like, yes, we are upset and we're mad. And it's just like, this is the only way that we can express ourselves. And on top of that, it's just that we've been telling everybody this is how we've been treated for the longest. And now it's being brought to everyone's attention. So yeah, there's the part that I have to balance myself, honestly, to being, like I said, it's okay to be angry and upset, but I had to also find my safe place, and just say, okay, today I'm not going to cut on my TV today. Today I'm going to be in tune with myself, and that's okay because I know I get back on social media and catch up with everything. So yeah, I think as a woman, because not as a woman, but just as me, I'm very I have I have like a passion for people and a passion for kings and queens. And yeah, it saddens me sometimes, like I said, but I just have to put myself back in that space of just saying, okay, this is who I am today. And if I need a moment from social media or the news, I can have that moment and that's okay.
Yeah, and you said something really key there. You said it. You kind of unplug. I'm paraphrasing what you said. but you said it's like you
Uh-huh.
unplug yourself from social media and the news because there is, you know, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, a lot of things are filtered to push out negativity. Like if you see like a young man helping an older lady across the street, you know, that's a good gesture. That
Yeah.
won't make the news. That won't get likes on Facebook. But if that young man pushed that old lady in the street and she got hit by a car, you know, that's going to make it.
Yeah.
So a lot of that second scenario is what's being shown. And yeah, like you said, you gotta
Right.
protect yourself. You gotta unplug. You know, get yourself back grounded, but at the same time, you know, educating yourself and really staying involved with it. Because George Floyd, Aubrey, Breonna Taylor, I mean, the list goes on. Antonia
Yeah.
Jefferson, Eric Gardner, going back in 2014. I mean, this stuff again, it dates back over and over again happening
Yeah.
and realizing those things, but being in your space to be a vessel to be able to help another person instead of one to bring one down. That's kind of what I'm on the path of creating, and everyone that comes in my path,
Yeah.
that's what I want to create, to really take that as a lesson and understanding how can we keep, you know, another individual, another king or queen from going through that. So yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts about that. And for the audience, I'm sure they
You're welcome.
resonate with you. They're writing stuff down. I know
Thank you.
they're getting a lot of value from you. You're on fire right now. What's new coming up for Crown ReRe? Is there anything you like to share that's coming out, or anything you're working on right now?
Sure. So I do have my website, crownones.com. And that's where there's a place of positivity, black joy. I think that's like I know I've said it a lot today, but I feel like that's like a void that needs to be filled. So that's what crownones.com is. I also have the Crown Talk podcast where I talk to people and have crown conversations. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. It's just the website. Also staying safe in the house, but yes, working on that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for sharing that. And if somebody, you know, they
Mhm.
wanted to reach out to you, they took a lot from you. I know you shared your website. I know you on Facebook and Instagram. Is there any
Yeah.
other information you'd like to share, or is that pretty much the best way to reach you?
The best way to reach me is Instagram and also Facebook. I'm on both of those. And yeah, you can reach me on there. I'm not too busy to answer any questions or any concerns anybody have, or just want to share a crown moment with me. I'm open to hearing it. So yeah.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. And
Thank you.
last question. So you're taking yourself back to high school, right? You're in high school again, and there's a young man. You're really cool with him. He's your friend, and he's really angry about what's going
Mm-hmm.
on in the world right now with COVID-19. Well, you're in online school. Let's put it that way. You're online school.
Yeah.
COVID-19, police brutality, trying to figure out overcoming that uncertainty. Is there one word that comes to mind that you would share with him to help him keep pushing forward?
Yes, I would say, dear King, be inspired. Take a time out for yourself. Like I said, sometimes in our creativity we find solutions. Sometimes in our silence we find solutions. So like I said, I understand that the angriness and the outrage, but within that we can turn that around and find a solution for ourselves. So yeah.
I love to continue to inspire and encourage yourself. You have to do that
Yeah.
because that's where that passion is derived from, enthusiasm, in which enthusiasm in
Yeah.
Greek terms, it means entheos, means to be, another translation for that is to be filled with God or be filled with spirit. So find that inspiration and
Yes.
enthusiasm to keep pressing forward because that's where we get a lot of our true energy from. So that's good stuff right there. I'm really blessed to have you on this show, GNG live stream podcast. You've been
Thank you.
phenomenal. I know there's so much more that's going to come out of you and continue to just to pour into each and every person that you come in contact with. I know you're going to continue to change lives and continue to build websites. I know you got a book in you, I'm sure, coming soon. I know you got more speeches and once everything opened back up, your light's going to shine on each and every person
Thank
that God put
you.
in your path because you're glowing right now. So I know someone here has definitely took something from this talk and you're gonna impact the world. You're gonna rock it, girl. I know it. You're gonna be the queen, Queen
Thank
ReRe.
you.
Yeah, keep wearing your crown, my lady.
Thank
Keep wearing
you.
your crown.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I definitely appreciate it. And you have inspired me, so thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to lead us out here. So uh, definitely an amazing talk. Like I said, if you're going to be looking at this on replay, let us know that you were there. Definitely comment, share some of your favorite thoughts on this live stream today. Like I said, I knew you wouldn't be disappointed. I know you took some notes and got some massive value from Queen ReRe. And I want each and every one of you to stay up with GNG. Definitely go check out some of the previous episodes. Yeah. Also, if I can help and assist you and add value to you, you can reach me at chazjacksonspeaks.org or, as you already know, here on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And I want each and every one of you to remember this one tip right here. Please embody this. I want you to keep that crown on your heart. Keep that crown on your heart. And I want you to remember this. We all are God's echo. I love each and every one of you. See you next time. Peace.